So in these post-resurrection appearances, Jesus appears to the disciples numerous times. This particular time, they are sitting around having a meal, and Jesus is in the midst of them, and he begins to rebuke them for their hardness of heart and unbelief for the testimony that has come that he is risen. Now, what was that testimony? Well, the interesting thing is that testimony came from the women who went down to the tomb first. And you can begin to understand it a little bit because in the culture of the day, women were not a reliable testimony of truthful events. That's just not the way the culture looked at them. I think it's a fascinating thing to see that that's what the scripture uses to verify those events. They use the non-credible witness of women to be the most credible testimony. It's a great elevation of women, but the second thing it does is if you and I were going to give testimony to something like that, we'd choose the top of the top. We'd choose the person that you could trust the most. The scriptures do the exact opposite. And the testimony of the women, the first eyewitnesses of the resurrection, becomes the testimony of what happened. So he chides them a little bit for this, but the minute he does that, he turns around and he gives them their marching orders. Now you go out and do exactly as the women did with you. You go out and tell the good news. Go out and share the gospel with everybody you've got. Why? Because I'm risen and I'm sitting right here showing you that I proved exactly what I told you was true. Maybe the important thing for you and for me is every one of us is a credible witness of Jesus Christ to somebody else. The credibility of our witness is the fact that we are believers in Jesus Christ and what he's done for us. The beautiful thing we get a chance to do is to share the good news with somebody else. Let me give you a quick story. When I was in college, I had a roommate who came to me one day and asked me the question, "Do you care about me?" And I asked him why. And he said, "Because I've heard you tell others you have the greatest news in the world, and yet you've never shared that with me. Do you not care enough about me to tell me about the best news that you have?" And I felt immediately convicted, just like I'm sure these disciples did. We have the wonderful opportunity to share the greatest news the world has ever known, that Jesus Christ died for them and has risen from the dead and today is still risen. Take every opportunity to share the good news of Jesus Christ.